Student Book, LifeClass by Pastor Cesar Castellanos. Week 1. Learning from our mistakes. Day 1. A new day. Henry Ford was fired from his first job and had to leave his first 2 companies before finally becoming successful with Ford Motor Company. Beethoven handled the violin awkwardly and preferred playing his own compositions rather than improving his technique, even though his teacher said he was hopeless as a composer. Walt Disney was dismissed from his first job as an art apprentice. Although he is said to have experienced numerous setbacks and financial struggles throughout his life, he later went on to build the huge motion picture empire, Disney. Albert Einstein did not speak fluently until he was 7. His teacher described him as mentally slow, unsociable, and adrift forever in his foolish dreams. He was initially refused entry to the Polytechnic Institute in Zurich. And when he submitted his paper on relativity to support his application to become a tutor at the University of Bern, it was rejected. A common thread that runs through the stories of these 4 famous figures is that they decided it was never too late to start over. They persevered in their dreams and did not allow their circumstances to determine their future. Ford is now one of the largest automobile companies in the world. Beethoven's compositions are widely believed to be impossible to improve upon. Albert Einstein is the father of the theory of relativity and is considered to be the most influential physicist of the 20th century. And Walt Disney has pushed the boundaries of animation and storytelling to ignite the imaginations of children and adults around the world. Failure can be a thing of the past when you decide that today is the beginning of a new success story. The Bible tells the story of the prodigal son, a young man who seemed to have it all. A father who loved him, a roof over his head, and everything he might need to live a stable life. But there came a time when this young man grew tired of the life he was living. He was bored of seeing the same faces and doing the same things every day. He decided it was time to explore. He asked his father for his share of the inheritance and set out in search of his purpose. He wanted to find out why he was alive. As soon as the prodigal son left home, he started down an unknown path, which eventually led him to a very distant land. Although the gardens there were full of roses, behind its walls lay only misery, sickness, and pain. John spoke of 3 illusions that misled many: the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life, based on 1 John 2:16. This can be compared to deserts disguised as oases. They present a false reality, advertising the pleasures of the world as something that can satisfy us in life. However, in the end, they result in an unfulfilled life without hopes and dreams. John explains that these are trademarks of the world, and they do not come from God the Father. What had at first appeared to be a garden of roses turned out to be a squalid pigsty. Solomon said, "There is a way that appears to be right, but in the end, it leads to death," based on Proverbs 14:12. Have I been walking down the wrong path? Today, you have a new opportunity to re-examine your life and be honest with yourself. Although the prodigal son ended up in deep distress, a light dawned in his thinking. That was when he could clearly see 4 precious opportunities in the spiritual realm that would not only restore his life, but also recover all that he had lost. Live the lesson. 1. What new things would you like to learn? 2. Do you know anybody who has learned something new, like an instrument, language, sport, and etc., even though others thought they were too old to do so? 3. Look up the following words in the dictionary and write down their definitions. Decision, change. Number 4. If you could choose to change something in your life, what would it be? If you are unable to change it, what do you think God could do to bring about change? Remember the lesson. No matter what mistakes you have made, it is never too late to start again. Study the Word. Read Psalm 1, Psalm 2, Psalm 3, Proverbs 1, John 1. This audiobook is narrated by Pauline Lu for the purpose of helping LifeClass students. No copyright infringement intended. All credit belongs to Pastor Cesar Castellanos and his team of translators, and all glory belongs to our Lord Jesus Christ.